I am going insane from the amount of AI animation news coming out this fast. Because already, I've seen more AI news to wake up to this morning. And it is so debilitating. I promise we're going to talk about normal animation sometimes. But no, apparently submissions open now for the first AI film festival. In case you were wondering how far AI animation has already ingrained itself, they've just launched the first ever fully fledged festival for it. I thought it was only just a few weeks ago we were talking about the first AI movie. There's now gonna be dozens. This is the Frame Forward AI Animated Festival. Just rolls off the tongue. The first ever global festival dedicated to AI-enabled animation. A worldwide celebration of apparent creators getting trophies for a project that some software just made for them. And chances are run off someone else's IP. Is Disney gonna submit to this themselves? They are running AI as well. And this is being run by a tech company who also supplies AI technology for US defense. What is this rabbit hole I'm falling into? We'll get onto that in a bit. This is just our reality now, and you better enjoy it whilst we have some semblance of recognizing what reality even is. We've seen all the AI animation online. We've known a lot of it's happening. Not much surprise that there's now enough out there to dedicate a festival to it too. The official wording in the festival's press release is that it's where animation, artificial intelligence, and human creativity meet. Not at all where human creativity hands over the baton to artificial intelligence. If you want to enter, although I don't know what the criteria is to be a competing slot master, submissions are now apparently open. All you need to do is produce a short. We've only really got critters currently trying to disrupt the feature-length space and give AI its apparent Toy Story moment. Still hate that they're even calling it that. But the organizers behind this are Modern Uprising Studios, which honestly seems very appropriate for the machine uprising that they're playing their part in. Their criteria for this festival is original short films that incorporate AI tools in their storytelling or production process, showcasing how technology is expanding the creative toolbox for the next generation of filmmakers. Well, they're really running with trying to say this is revolutionary and breaking the boundaries rather than just mostly a bunch of shots of characters staring at the camera. With the winning filmmaker getting a bona fide theatrical release with presumably many asterisks on the end of that claim. Considering a lot of movies don't get that in the age of streaming, that's a pretty impressive deal, considering this is exclusively short films entering this too. Man, if this is actually going to be a physical event, you think I could attend? Film festivals have normal critics. Why can't there be an AI critic coming? Also, random fact of the week for you. The Pope, of all people, endorsed the theatrical experience the other day, saying, "Cinemas are the beating heart of our communities." Well, I'm sorry, Leo, but that beating heart is about to be filled with AI slop, so you're welcome. What most surprises me, if anything, I'm getting pretty jaded pretty quickly on this, is that it sounds like there's only one award even being given out here, with no distinction between who's used AI in the story or the production process. Like, those feel like two very different things to me. Using AI for the script or AI for the animation. So in theory, a few animators could just redraft part of the script on ChatGPT and win this? With otherwise no other AI use? To be fair, I'd love it if something like that happened. A fully produced human movie trolling this festival by revealing afterwards that they only used AI to come up with the title. In fact, it's not even the first time we've had AI controversies in competitions. Very often in the art competition world, there are scenarios of the winner of a human art competition revealing that they are actually using AI. I remember this happening on a big scale with a Pokemon cards competition at one point. And I believe I have heard of the opposite as well, of an AI art competition trumped by a human submission. What a time we're living in. It hits film festivals too. But even just the fact they haven't clarified animation versus the creative storytelling just tells me this isn't even a well thought out award system anyway. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole idea was just slapped together by ChatGPT. Maybe giving away a singular blanket award for AI is exactly the kind of praise blending down that the AI industry needs. I don't know, man. It's just ironic, you know? Clearly the organizers are not the smartest people, and they're part of the US defense. Anyway, presumably the slop that'll actually come through this competition will be doing a little bit of both the scripting and the animation. Alas, they haven't even bothered to make that distinction. Like AI as a whole, the criteria at least seems completely unregulated. And sure, this is a new technology that anyone can use and potentially compete in something like this. And at least for the moment, there's a bit more to it than just typing one thing in and immediately a movie's there. But the everyone can be an animator part feels very syndrome-y to me.
When everyone's super, no one will be.
It's that classic lie of they're democratizing the creative process, but it's very much also not really applying creatively. I really do think that syndrome quote exactly represents what AI is against creatively talented people. It's very much, we don't need you anymore, we've got gadgets that just copy your work. And just like Syndrome's gadgets, it's just imitating people's actual gifts, not actually creating as it supposedly is. And that's just what this festival embodies for me. It's just saying anyone can be an animator, leading us on the path to nobody really being an animator. With all the festivals out there that creative people work towards every year to get their start in the industry, this feels like just a mockery of that. Finalists will get to have their work showcased with a potential 14,000 screenings in 2,300 theaters across all 50 states. Oh, wow. And I'm just left here looking at the incredible stuff we've seen on YouTube from talented animators who have never had an opportunity like that. Instead, we have this company using these tools as an inevitable future that we cannot avoid. Hey there, thank you for making it to the halfway mark of this video. Come subscribe if you haven't already for more AI animation news. I swear this is not going to be the only content I release. Like, how's about some Wallace and Gromit spin-offs or a 7-hour compilation that I'm currently brewing? A terrible movie that came out in 2025. Those are all planned uploads for this week, but when there's big news like this suddenly dropping, I'll also be covering that too. So come join if you're interested in any of that. It's all things animation, good and bad. Otherwise, let's get back to the second half of this one. This feels like the creative equivalent of when corporations ignored initial evidence that asbestos may not be the safest material in the world and instead continued saying, this is the best stuff to build your houses with. Right now, we have the evidence that AI will be damaging to employment prospects for everyone. And big tech is now the one still saying that AI is the best thing for the creative industries, despite that evidence. And they'll do anything to peddle this narrative. Reports suggest that this year's Coke Christmas ad may have been even more expensive from its use of AI than an actual production using humans, despite apparently being the new alternative that'll make production easier and more cost-effective. Doesn't look like the case right now. Another quote for you. Frame Forward showcases the evolution of generative AI, highlighting how filmmakers are using these tools to push the creative envelope to bring their stories to life. Their stories? That's debatable phrasing, really, isn't it? It's just another example of how we've now crossed the line here so long ago that they're pretending this isn't one because it's now so far in the distance. It doesn't matter how involved the humans were in this competition, it can compete in this nonetheless. And I think that specific open blanket criteria really shows the true intention behind a hollow festival like this. So yes, I do stand by the notion that this competition should be renamed Slop Master. As for the Slop Kings themselves, you're probably not surprised to hear that modern uprising studios have a big stake in AI animation becoming a successful industry. They describe themselves as redefining what's possible in 2D to 3D animation and immersive storytelling, which just feels like the rhetoric every AI company uses nowadays. Probably because they got their precious robot to come up with that as well. They don't even call themselves an animation studio or film studio. No, they class themselves as a creative content studio, just all the buzzwords. Because if I want anyone running a short film festival, it's a creative content studio. Enter our festival and give us some precious content, my pretties. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a front just to blend down other people's work so they can claim it and license it as their own. Oh man, wouldn't that be something? An AI scam at an AI film festival. Scamming everyone who contributes. Is that ironically doing good? What a grey area. I don't know why I've made them sound like they're the Wicked Witch. Maybe it's because it's Wicked coming out this week. Anyway, this studio aren't actually their own thing. They are actually the entertainment division of big tech company Toro Science, a company that is also developing AI-informed technology for US defense purposes. Or is that the Department of War now? I'm struggling to keep up. So I guess with that in mind, you want to submit some AI short films for the military tech company? I should probably add that it was a group of veterans who founded the company, so to that degree it at least explains the military connection, and they're also providing technology to the healthcare sector too, so I guess that's something, but it is US healthcare, so pretty insidious. It's not exactly the NHS. Maybe we'll also have Terminator skeletons in 10 years. We're basically already there on the Skynet front. I can see why advanced technology is good to invest in healthcare. I certainly prefer that to AI movies. And apparently one of these services is AI-powered music therapy for young people with cancer. Which is a great service to provide. But surely a talented human can do that. Does it need to be AI music? What is this? There are actual selfless musicians doing that with their raw creativity who get a fraction of the investment these computers are getting to do the same thing. Getting an AI interface to take this work away from people who dedicate themselves to helping people just feels a bit sick to me. And yes, this is all the same company now running this film festival. The winner will also get the full Toro Science treatment, their IA film also getting an immersive adaptation production via Celeste, Modern Uprising Studios' proprietary immersive rendering engine, and support for submission to leading international film festivals. So the already generated movie will be regenerated again by Toro Science themselves. Film submissions are now open through December 2025, with the winner being announced in March 2026 for theatrical exhibition. So new year, new slop. You better get cracking, everyone. God, I'd love if a human prompt actually gets through, but then they're also being submitted to be regenerated anyway, so there's no good ending. Damn. These platforms aren't gonna generate those prompts themselves. Yet. The fact that there's even enough of it to justify a film festival is depressing on its own. But it's also kind of unsurprising. I wonder if Coke will submit their adverts to this. I mean, why not at this point? I think this would be the cherry on top if this big tech organized film festival was then won by a big corporation over all the indie entries. Although ironically, they probably don't want their product blended into another AI engine. So maybe a big IP won't actually run with it because of IP protections. And wouldn't that just be the most ironic thing from an AI film festival in the first place? What a beautiful encapsulation of our modern world that is. Yet another horrible AI animation news to wake up to this morning. I'll get around to making normal videos the moment this stuff doesn't wake me up. For now though, my name's been Daz. Thank you very much for reaching the end of this video. Do tell me your thoughts about an AI film festival. Tell me the best spin you could possibly run with it. How a human could submit through the whole thing. Or let me know if you want me to visit one of these theatrical award ceremonies. Can you imagine? Is that the direction my career's going? Oh boy. Anyway, I'd love to hear all your thoughts and more. And I shall see you all in a little bit. Cheerio.